I've made it to the other side of the lake. Now my challenge is to find a campsite that's not underwater. I want to find some place to sit and pitch my new tarp. Here's a little creek that is sometimes almost completely dry. And normally there's no water down there, as witnessed by that tree that's underwater. And this is as far as I'm going to go around the lake. Time to turn back, find a place to have my lunch. I want to find a place where I can sit and look out over the lake. But it looks like I'm just going to have peekaboo views of the lake at best. There's a campsite. Behold, my very first piece of Cuban fiber. Pitched it here so I can sit there and have a nice dry lunch and look out at the lake. I think it's going to work out well. I was able to pitch it pretty quickly. Brand new string, brand new Cuban fiber. New boots, new coat, new backpack. Expensive stuff, except the backpack. The backpack only cost me about $7 to make. That tarp was very expensive, but I figure it's worth it for my husband's peace of mind, because now he will know that I always have a shelter, even on a day hike. Even with the strings and 2 stakes, it only weighs like 8 ounces or something. I don't mind carrying 8 ounces so that I always have a shelter. Oh, this is pretty cozy. I'm set up here under my tarp, staying nice and dry, making myself a hot drink. Patches is over there. Plenty of room for her under the tarp, but she doesn't have the sense to come out of the rain. She's got a power bar she's eating. While I'm waiting for my tea to warm up, I've got my USB hand warmer that's keeping my hands extra warm. Since I had shelter, I was able to take off my raincoat and put all my layers on. And now if I get cold, I can put my raincoat back on. But right now I'm really kind of enjoying not having it on. The sound you hear is the sound of rain on Cuban fiber. Top of my head is touching the bottom of this, but I don't think there's going to be any condensation to worry about. So I'll just hang out here until it's too cold, and then I'll trudge back to my car. I'm packing up to go. I've got on the clothes I intend to wear when I hike out of here. It's nice to have a tarp to change under. I'm going to talk about my backpack a little bit though before I pack up. I made this. This is my first time taking it hiking. It's not the first time I've made a backpack though. This is the second backpack I've made. It's getting a little dirty already. I hate to see that. So it's got a sit pad here that serves as a bit of a frame. And it's held in place by 2 pockets that I made with an old shirt. And the back lining for my shoulder straps is also from an old shirt. The pack material itself is the rainfly from my old 4-season tent. And this is the second pack I've been able to make with that rainfly. It was a big tent. So on the side here I got a pocket to hold my GPS. Oh, Patches, what'd you fall in there for? You're going to be so cold now. Jeez, Patches. Oh my gosh. Not going to be able to hang around here much longer. I may have to help her out of there. Oh, geez. Over here, Patches. Over here. Patches, over here. Patches, over here. Patches, over here. Patches, come. Patches, come. Over here. Oh, jeez. She doesn't listen very well. I'm going to have to try to bend down here and pull her out. She's not strong enough in her hind legs anymore. Pull herself out. Oh, Patches. I can't even reach you down there. Well, I think she's going to get out on her own. Come on. Come on, you dummy. Oh my God, she's going to be so cold now. Patches! Over here! Patches! Jeez. Patches managed to fall in the water. I'm helping her out. She doesn't have much strength in her hind legs these days. Oh boy. So much for 2 raincoats. Doesn't do any good when you fall in the water, does it? Jeez. Alright, I'll finish going over the details of my pack here real quick. Ugh. It's got this side pocket here with elastic that is just a little deeper than my old pack so my GPS can stay all the way in it. It's got a back pocket, which is nice and big. I hold my cook set and my fuel in there because I always make hot tea on date hikes. Got an ice hack loop. Got some bungee. Got Velcro here for holding my trekking poles. This side I made a really tall pocket to hold my entire water bottle. I was having trouble with my old pack. Water bottle would fall out when I bent over. Not now. And inside I have got a pocket. I borrowed this pocket from my ULA pack. When I go backpacking, I'll put it back in it. It just clips in and out just like the ULA does. So all I had to do was sew these little webbing loops in. And first hike with the pack so far, no bad seams or anything. I think it's going to hold up well. I've got a much better sewing machine now. Okay, I'm going to have to pack all this up and then start moving pretty fast because Patch is going to be really, really cold after stupidly falling in the lake. She must have just slipped down there. Oh, Patch. Okay, it's 5 minutes to 1. I'm all packed up. Here's where my tarp was pitched. Patches is starting to shiver and shake, so I'm just going to try to walk fast and she'll be okay. She's just not going to be all that happy. Not a good thing falling in the lake. No, not a good plan, Patches. Gonna have to leave her power bar there, I guess. Okay, let's get out of here. Quick retreat home. Get this dog warmed up. I guess we're about 3/4 of the way down now, maybe a little more. Patches is doing okay. She's shivering a bit, especially whenever I stop. So we gotta keep moving, that's for sure. My new pack is fine. Wet, but fine. It's got one other feature I didn't mention. Special pocket just to hold this device. This is a funnel. And put a pocket right here to hold it tight. Goes right in there and not going to fall out. I've lost so many of those funnels that I was ending up having to put them in inaccessible places where they wouldn't fall out of my pack. No more. I only wish I could reach into it and grab it while I'm wearing the pack, but I can't. Well, I can take it out, but I can't put it back in, so I'm still going to have to take my pack off when I want to use my funnel. When I get home, I'll pull everything out of the pack and look over all the seams real closely and see if any of my seams are bad. There was already one bad seam right, see, it was right there, but I fixed it. It was just where my sewing machine missed or something like that. It wasn't anything to do with design. This is really fun making this pack. Maybe I'll start selling them. I want to make another one, but I have no need for another one. I could also start making dog coats. What do you think, Patch? We better get going, huh? You're cold, puppy dog. Yeah, you're a cold puppy dog. Yeah. My feet are still bone dry. I've been hiking in the rain for 6 miles. I'd guess at least a ½ inch of rain has fallen in this time. My feet are bone dry. Gore-Tex does work if you walk slow enough to avoid sweating. You will stay absolutely dry in Gore-Tex boots. I promise. I can feel my feet sliding around nice and dry inside my double layer of socks. Happy, happy feet. Yes. It's 2:45 and I have returned to the trailhead with my dry feet and my extraordinarily soaking wet dog. Yes, soaking wet. If she hadn't gone swimming, she would be dry under here. But instead, she's wet. But she's warm. No, she isn't warm. She's actually shaking. Poor thing. She's going to shake all the way home. It's going to be hours before she warms up properly. And I'll crank up the heater in the car, but I know how this works when you get that cold. You don't get warm just on the drive home. Next time I come to Lena Lake, I'm going to order a Dial-A-Ride, and then I can wait right here at this picnic table for my Dial-A-Ride to get me when I'm done. Yeah. So, Saturday at Lena Lake. They were predicting as much as 1.5 inches of rain would fall here today. The University of Washington podcast was. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. That's a trailhead. On a Saturday. And I did not get a parking ticket. Yay! This place is a real moneymaker. Alright. Time to head home. Okay, now I will take a moment to show off my dry feet. Every time I post on Northwest Hikers Net that you can have dry feet in Gore-Tex, someone laughs and scoffs and says, "No, that's not possible, you're wrong." Well, I'm not wrong. Look at that. Perfectly dry feet inside of perfectly dry boots. Yes, it is possible. And I just went 6, maybe 6.5 miles in the pouring rain, at least half an inch of rain today, perfectly dry. It is absolutely possible to stay dry in Gore-Tex boots. Here's my inner layer. Look at that. Dry. Dry. Absolutely dry. Yes, it's possible. It's not only possible, but it happens all the time. Unless you happen to be wearing Solomon brand Gore-Tex boots, then, well, you're just going to have wet feet. But perfectly dry, just like my pants are dry under my cheap rain pants. They're not Gore-Tex, I don't know what they are, some kind of REI thing. They work. Dry. And my shirt too. Dry. My hair is dry too. I am dry. So I'm going to put my Crocs on. Heaven. Take my trail pass down. And drive home with my dry feet and my soaking, wet, shivering, shaking dog and my soaking wet event rain jacket. Ready, Patches? Yeah, she is shaking. Poor thing. I got the heat cranked all the way up, but the heater in this car isn't particularly good. It's 10 minutes to 3. Signing out. Thank you for watching.